welcome to Bellefonte High School. We're directors in the Bellefonte School District that declare all district grounds and buildings as tobacco-free. You are asked to refrain from the use of tobacco products. While we like for you to enjoy your time here, we like that you help keep our gymnasium clean. At the end of the event, please pick up and dispose of all trash to the trash cans on your way out. In the spirit of interscholastic athletics, we are encouraged to demonstrate good sportsmanship towards athletes, coaches, officials, cheerleaders, and fans. Anyone deemed not to be demonstrating good sportsmanship runs the risk of ejection and/or future banning from Bellefonte School District athletic facilities. In honor of Military Appreciation Night, please stand as we welcome Stephen St. Amant to sing our national anthem. For the visiting team, Lady Tigers of Hollidaysburg, coached by Dean Dean Adams, Tim Peach, and Joe Lucas with a 14-0 record. Number 33, a junior guard, Ashton Sticks. Number 34, a junior forward, Allison Pataki. Number 13, a senior forward, Cameron Figure. Number 4, a junior guard, Sydney Lear. Number 14, a senior guard, Maren Miller.
Welcome into CNET, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zach Donaldson, alongside Andre Magaro, set to broadcast Bellefonte girls high school basketball against Hollidaysburg. Hollidaysburg, one of the best teams in the state this year with a 14-0 record. Bellefonte, on the other hand, kind of on the other side of the spectrum with a 2-14 record. The last time these two teams faced off, Hollidaysburg got the best of Bellefonte with a 63-17 victory. Andre, what do the Raiders have to do today to, not replicate that?
Well, Zach, I think it's a classic case of everything to gain and nothing to lose. This is a Bellefonte team very much building big picture for what they can do here. The Raiders this season only 2-14. Meanwhile, you have a Hollidaysburg team that's 14-0. So Hollidaysburg, like you mentioned, one of the best teams in the state, serious aspirations. A Bellefonte side that hasn't been home for quite a while. Last time they were, lost a heartbreaker to Huntington in overtime. So they're getting closer, matching that energy from the Huntington games, what they got to do tonight to make it a closer affair.
Absolutely. Game set to tip off shortly. We'll see if Bellefonte can do that or if Hollidaysburg can go 2-0 against the Raiders this year. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on CNET. And we're off here at Bellefonte Area High School. The tip goes to the Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers, and basket's no good, but the rebound put up and in Hollidaysburg starting this one off strong. Active on the defensive side here early, putting some pressure on Bellefonte. Passing it in for the Raiders, and that's stolen. Up and in, a quick 2 points there for Bellefonte. Sydney Lear converting that bucket on the turnover.
Yeah, Zach, what we're seeing right here, immediately press defense, and Bellefonte just hasn't found a way to quite deal with that in the early going. Another steal here from Lear.
And the layup not going to go, but the rebound once again. Hadjic active on the boards. Tipped around, and it's corralled by Stitt. Stitt out to Miller, who sinks the triple. Hollidaysburg out to a sizzling start here in the press once again. Bellefonte unable to beat it, and Miller back-to-back buckets for her. And an early timeout forced by the Golden Tigers. A quick 9-0 start to this game. The Golden Tigers averaged their most points in the first quarter with 26. They're already at 10 here.
I mean, Zach, I'm not sure what I just watched there. 10 points in 46 seconds. It looked like Tracy McGrady out there back in the day. The quick defense, the press, Bellefonte can't find a way through that. That's what they're going to have to talk about here in this timeout. But the press defense was everything there from Hollidaysburg, forcing the turnovers deep in that end and being able to convert underneath, and also with the perimeter shooting as well from Miller.
Absolutely, we mentioned it. Hollidaysburg, one of the best teams in the state. They're ranked 14th right now. And here Bellefonte able to get the press, or able to break the press for the moment. Ripka. Now here go the Raiders, and they get the bucket. That was Emma Rossman on the conversion for the Raiders. First points of the game, and quickly the other end. Down low to Hadjic, can't get the initial layup, but the rebound is put up and in by Cameron Figard.
Yeah, Hadjic's going to use that size all night long to get that inside position. Has already done that a lot tonight. That one's going to stay with Bellefonte. But, Zach, we saw him break through that press for the first time there, and those are the kind of opportunities you get once you break through that press. There's always the open player underneath. That time, a really good feed to get Bellefonte's first basket. But breaking through this press consistently is going to be what's needed. Right there, jump ball almost went against him once again.
Yeah, the press is, as I mentioned, Hollidaysburg likes to press, and clearly Bellefonte struggling to beat it. And Miller once again with the steal and the conversion. Miller, one of Hollidaysburg's most active defensive players, leads the team in steals, and she's already got 3 here early on in the first. And another one by the Golden Tigers. Layup doesn't go, but Figard gets the rebound, couldn't get it either, and Bellefonte's going the other way. Here's Cotter for the Raiders. Bounce pass. Corner for Rossman. Puts it on the ground. Now here's Cotter near the far elbow. Top of the key, Neff. Drives to her right. Bounce pass to Rossman. Couldn't get anything going, and Bellefonte struggling to break into the middle of the section. They're stuck on the perimeter here. Hollidaysburg playing great defense. Rossman, top of the key. Back to Cotter. Cotter dribbles to her left. Now Neff going to her right. Found an opening to the basket, but loses the ball off of her foot, and it's going the other way.
Just need a little more spacing on the court for Bellefonte there. Zach had all 5 players on the right side of the court. Left side was wide open, but needs somebody to go out there, somebody with the confidence, shoot from the perimeter as well, so Hollidaysburg can't clog the paint.
Absolutely. We saw Neff think about it, but she wasn't able to pull the trigger, but especially with this deficit, they're going to have to start thinking about that, as you said. Miller, top of the key. Checked by Cotton. Far corner, 3-ball, blocked. But the rebound up and no good by Lear, but she's going to get 2 shots at the line.
There's Lear crashing the boards once more. Got a box out there, try to get that board, but nonetheless, good defense there from Bellefonte, forcing heavy possession, forcing them to earn it at the line.
13-2 here, 5:06 remaining in the first quarter. Hollidaysburg, they've been active on the glass, but they've also been missing a lot of layups. I think this deficit could be worse for Bellefonte if Hollidaysburg was able to convert on some. Sydney Lear gets the 2 free throws. 15-2 now with 5:05 remaining in quarter number 1. Bellefonte able to break the press, but Not for long. Oh, Caudet gets that ball back into the lane, strong. And that's a blocking foul called on Hollidaysburg. And she's going to get 2 shots.
Like the aggression there, too, if you're Bellefonte. Got to find something to make Hollidaysburg uncomfortable. They've been able to come in, play their brand of basketball for the first 3 minutes here or so. Finding ways to make them uncomfortable is going to be what gets you back into this one.
And Cotter could not convert that first free throw. Bellefonte's going to need all the points they can get in this one. Gets the second. 3-15 now. Hollidaysburg still on top. Miller pushing the pace, crossover at the top of the key. Trying to find the open man. Middle to Hadajic. And it's going to be a foul called on Bellefonte. Maren Miller set to inbound for the Golden Tigers. And she finds her man underneath, but layup couldn't be finished by Cameron Figured, and the rebound's corralled by Rossman. Bellefonte going the other way. The lob inside, that's picked off by Lear, and Miller in transition. Tough finish, up and in. Maren Miller with another bucket for the Golden Tigers. It's 17-3 now. Rossman, nice look inside, but Bellefonte not able to convert.
Miller and Lear have been so impressive so far for this Hollidaysburg team. That pace to go down the court and the precision on the pass as well. You have the aggressiveness to go down low, convert the layup. Everything you can ask for from an offense in transition.
Yeah, Miller, the great hands on defense. She's also the conductor on offense. Quick trigger and near wing, and that's a 3-ball from Sydney Lear. 20-3 now. Hollidaysburg on top. Nice pass inside to Rossman, and she converts the layup. Great look there by Hannah Rados. Team leader in rebounds. Getting some assist action there. Ball's on the ground. Jump ball called. Nice aggressive defense there played by the Raiders.
And you like the energy from this Raiders sideline too. Keeping the team in the game. Still a lot of time left, and they've definitely stepped up the aggressiveness from those first couple minutes.
Lear near wing. Miller trigger near corner. Off the top of the rim. Rebound. Corralled by Rados. And Cotter's going the other way for Bellefonte. Miller putting the pressure on at the logo. Swings it near wing to Rossman. Rossman looks down low. And the bucket is no good. Cotter unable to convert. Miller quickly the other way once again. The elbow jump shot by Figured. Too strong, but... And that ball is going to be out of bounds off the Golden Tigers. Raiders ball. 3:05 here in quarter number 1. It's been mostly Hollidaysburg, but like you said, Bellefonte not out of it yet. The energy's still high on the bench, and seemingly it's they figured out how to at least break the press for the moment. Like you said, they just need some more spacing on offense, and someone has to, get involved and be that player, be that scorer. The inbound goes to Neff, dribbles it back out. Quick hands at the top of the key by Lear, and miscommunication with Rossman. Going the other way is Hollidaysburg, up and one. Never mind, that's going to be a charge called by charge called on Hollidaysburg, excuse me. That was Samantha Shoemaker in transition. Bellefonte inbounds. Ripka tries to feed it to her teammate, but that's stolen by Hadajic. Pulls it out. Miller, nope, doesn't want to reset. Triggers off the back iron. Fight for the rebound. Miller gets it, puts it up from the near corner, off the mark. It's Bellefonte. 20-5 is the deficit. Cotter guarded tightly on the near side. And that's going to be swatted out of bounds by Lear. And Bellefonte's going to regain possession. Neff to inbound. And that's stolen by Hadjic. Now here's Lear pushing the pace. Nice hands by Ripka to mitigate the damage there, but Hollidaysburg going to get another shot at it. Miller to inbound. Goes far corner. The 3 ball off the front of the rim. And Shoemaker tried to save it, but to no avail. And Bellefonte's going to gain possession.
Yeah, Hollidaysburg's kind of let their foot off the gas a little bit here to a certain extent. They struggled to make some of those looks underneath. A little too heavy sometimes. And if you're Bellefonte, you're able to get through that press and you're able to set up on offense, you're still looking for your main scorer, but that time right there, giving the ball away just a little too much on that bounce pass is going to afford it straight back to the Tigers.
Deficit still 15 for the Raiders. Miller looking to inbound. Gets it in the middle. The Shoemaker up too strong off the mark, and that's Angelina Aviles who checks into the game for the first time, grabbing that rebound. Neff in transition. Ripka couldn't handle it, tried to save it, but that's stolen by Shoemaker. Gets it up to Lear. The strong finish, up and in. Sydney Lear has been active on offense in this first quarter, making a couple buckets from 3 and tough at the rim. And another turnover here for the Bellefonte Raiders.
Right now, Bellefonte's trying to match the pace offensively of this Hollidaysburg team, and might not be best suited for that. They're trying to set something up offensively, get something to work consistently. Obviously, the patient approach hasn't really worked. So you try to go with that pace, but when you're playing a track meet against these Hollidaysburg team, it's not going to work out for you too often.
And that's a nice save there by Bellefonte and Emily Neff, but it's going to be Hollidaysburg basketball. I was coming close to us. I had to protect the equipment.
Oh, absolutely. You were on call, but no, this is a good hustle from this Bellefonte team. They're finding ways to get stops on defense, and now it's just all about trying to find something that works on the offensive end.
Yeah, you said it, though. Definitely they're trying to match the pace of Hollidaysburg, it seems like. They like to run that up-tempo, obviously the press, and that's really their game as it has them out to a 22-5 lead. Bellefonte, I think, needs to settle into a groove and, like you said, find that one player who can just get them a couple buckets and make this a game. The timeout right now. Quick one, 30 seconds. Bellefonte trying to regroup here. Maybe get some more buckets to end this first quarter. Bellefonte actually averages its least amount of points in the first quarter with 4.8. So they're not a team that starts fast, or at least tends to, and Hollidaysburg completely polar opposite. Miller, far side, finds DiPangrizio. Quick hands by Rossman, but Hollidaysburg still ends up with a shot. Lear's short. Bellefonte basketball.
Lear has that arcing 3. Little wild after those first couple of makes, but starting to settle in a little bit more. Here, though, still active on the defensive end.
Absolutely, tried to feed it to Shoemaker. Couldn't get it, and there's the active hands again. And this press by Hollidaysburg is suffocating. Shoemaker's going to get fouled and go to the line. You said it, Bellefonte just really struggling to keep up with this pace and tempo put on by Hollidaysburg. Shoemaker takes the first. 23-5 now, 55.5 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Got the roll on the second. 24-5. Hollidaysburg on top. Inbound tipped out by Lear. Rossman inbounding. Just chucks it up ahead, and Miller's able to come away with it. Quick into the lane, kicks out. Shoemaker, trigger off the front of the rim. Rebound, Lear up, and she's fouled. Once again, another opportunity at the line for the Golden Tigers.
And credit to Hollidaysburg. They came roaring out of the gates, have been a little more inconsistently shooting the basketball after that, but finding ways to get the contact down low, get to the line, and continue to facilitate points, continue to build on this impressive lead already.
Gets the first. 25-5, that makes the deficit of the Raiders 20. They haven't scored in quite a while. They were keeping it somewhat close at the beginning of the game, but now Hollidaysburg has just went on a run, and Lear with her own rebound, and she's going to get the foul call once again. The hustle by Sydney Lear has been incredible in this first quarter. She's all over the court.
Like you said, Zach, been a complete player. At the line, rebounding, the pesky defense, the perimeter shooting. She's really done it all.
She's making her free throws as well. As Rados, the leader in rebounds for Bellefonte, checks back in, perhaps just in case she misses this one, and she does, but the rebound is grabbed by Kira Whitman. Potter the other way, gives it back to Neff, who's across the timeline. Neff, the bounce pass to Cotter, puts it on the ground, and that's stripped. Hadjic, quick, and Lear up, no good. Rebound by Shoemaker, and there's another board right there by Kira Whitman. Back-to-back rebounds for her, the sophomore. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Bellefonte with one more opportunity, but pesky defense being played by Miller, and that's another steal. Miller coasting up, and the foul. Almost got the and one, Marin Miller, but another trip to the free throw line for the Golden Tigers.
See Miller do that a couple times this half. Sometimes he's a facilitator, other times cutting backdoor on the fast break. And it helps when you have that press defense behind you. Gives him one last shot here at the stripe.
She got it to go, 27-5 now. Hollidaysburg remains in the lead. Second one is good, too. 28-5, 4.1 seconds. Neff inbounding for Bellefonte. See if the Raiders will try and make some magic happen at the end of this quarter. And looks like they're just going to dribble it out and take it into the second quarter. At the end of one, it's 28-5, Hollidaysburg on top. We'll see if Bellefonte and head coach Marcus Toomer can regroup entering the second quarter and maybe decrease that deficit a little bit.
Certainly so. Like I said, a lot of time left, a lot of time to build on this if you're Bellefonte, but certainly got away from them early again, which isn't that recipe to success we talked about in the open, but they're starting to find a couple answers on defense. They've drawn their fair share of fouls and given Hollidaysburg chances at the line, but they're not giving them easy buckets. They're starting to beat the press a little more consistently. Now it's all about finding the groove on offense.
Yep, you said it, and it's going to take some exceptional play calling by the head coach because the defense played by Hollidaysburg has just been sensational, so tight, so suffocating. There's not much that the Red Raiders can do. When you lack spacing, it's really hard to get anything going, and Hollidaysburg is just doing an exceptional job at closing off all windows and doors and not allowing anything. As you see, they only have 5 points at the end of one.
And certainly so, and Lady Tigers are as advertised. They're a team that certainly looks like they can make a deep run into this season. They look like an undefeated team because they've been dominant in all facets, and they haven't left their foot off the gas either. You score 9 points in the first 45 seconds of the game, and that's enough for most teams to start to let their guard down, but this team has continued to chip away at and continue to be dominant on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, you mentioned not letting their foot off the gas. That's one thing that this Hollidaysburg team certainly doesn't do. They've scored 874 points this year and only allowed 381. So they like to take teams and put them away early. But here's Rossman with a quick trigger, but that's off the top of the backboard. Quickly pushing it the other way is Bellefonte up and one. She takes a hard fall to the ground, though, on the bump by Evie St. Amant. Or excuse me, that was Maria Cotter. But regardless, looks like Bent little shaken up, but ultimately all right.
Yeah, she's shaking off the contact, but that really just goes to show the speed in this Hollidaysburg team. That was the first time Bellefonte had two defenders back, did everything right, and they just couldn't quite shake her off enough to miss a layup.
Cotter once again, the other way, and another steal there. It's Lear. Didn't replicating her success in the first quarter right here with another steal. Didn't take her long to get back involved. And once again, she's at the line.
Bellefonte's making life more difficult now for Hollidaysburg in terms of contested shots, but these fouls are starting to mount a little bit here, Zach, and you got to start to worry about foul trouble and dipping into the bench a little bit more as you go on here.
Absolutely. Lear misses the second, but rebound by Hadajic. Right back out to Lear. Kicks to Miller, far wing. Three ball is good. Marin Miller with the triple to extend Hollidaysburg's lead 34-5. 7:18 remaining in the second quarter. Neff the crossover at the top of the key. Kicks it to Cotter. Double teamed. Feet fed inside to Neff. Tried to put it on the ground, but ball's off of, it's like the foot of Hollidaysburg, and that's going to be possession. Stays with Bellefonte. Inbounding is Cotter. Played tightly by Lear. Lear with the active hands. Cotter off her teammate, and that's taken. Here goes Vent once again on the fast break. Couldn't get it the first time, but gets her rebound. No good. Ball is going to remain with Hollidaysburg.
That time had Miller backdoor as well, but wanted that one all for herself, nearly got it. Regardless, it's a play underneath the basket and some size coming onto the court here for Hollidaysburg. Try to continue to deal with that pressure down low from Bellefonte.
Cameron Figard checking back in as that shot is off the mark, and Neff's going the other way for the Raiders. Guarded top of the key by Miller. The feisty defense continues, and Bellefonte has just no answers.
If you had to drum it up to one thing, obviously there's not one specific aspect here, Zach, but Bellefonte looks like they're just trying to telegraph their passes a little too much. Lear is reading the eyes of the point guard, looking where it's going to be distributed, and that's where she's getting in with all these steals. Trying to get a little more off-the-ball movement is going to help cut down on some of those steals.
Absolutely, some cuts, some backdoor cuts that could really, get them back in this game, but Sydney Lear is just a beast on defense. Another and one for Sydney Lear. The junior has been on fire to start this game. 36-5, her bucket makes it. 6:09 to go in the second quarter, and she's going to have a chance at the line to convert this three-point play.
And obviously that an and one, but now worth noting, Bellefonte's in a double bonus. So any foul after this will be 2 shots the rest of the way for Hollidaysburg. Makes it that much more difficult for this Lady Raider defense.
And if they keep making their free throws like they have been so far, could be in for a long night. Here's Neff, gets the ball down low, but Bellefonte works it back out. Rossman, top of the key, off the mark, but the rebound up, not gonna go. Another rebound by Rados. Couldn't finish it, but she's gonna get a chance to get some points at the charity stripe. Hannah Rados, aforementioned, leads the team in rebounds with 4.1. Coming up big on the boards right there. But Rados can't make the free throw. Second one off the back iron. Miller showing off the wheels the other way. Up and in. Marin Miller. Incredible on the fast break, and Bellefonte once again just no answers. Cotter being pressed heavily by Lear at the top of the key. And that's a strip by Vent. Coasting in, up, and that's a foul by Rossman. Rossman gets called for the foul, and Vent's back to the line. As you said, these fouls just continue to pile up. They're already in the double bonus, but there's once again another one
Well, they do, and it's more of the same as well. It's another pass around the arc telegraphed. And it's easy for the eyes of this Hollidaysburg defense to read that, poke it away. Next thing you know, it's a fast break the other way. Trying to move the ball across the court a little more seamlessly, get it inside. Stop with those around the arc passes and maybe a chance to break down this defense. But right now, Hollidaysburg just doing it all on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Bellefonte, no answers. You know, maybe they're pressing really high at the top of the key, so maybe you can get one of your, you know, players down low, come up, set a pick, maybe get some off-ball movement going, and it's got to be one way they can find an open shot. And, you know, setting screens and moving off ball is, you know, it's a pretty easy way, but Hollidaysburg making it extremely difficult here.
I think right now, we're just trying to find a way back into this game if you're Bellefonte. Try to win these last 4 minutes and 52 seconds. That's all you can really ask for here. Going into the locker room, try to eat into that deficit. Get yourself some momentum going into the locker room, getting set for half number 2.
At the line, though, Vent's going to have an opportunity to extend Hollidaysburg's lead even more. Quick discussion at the scorer's table.
Yeah, Zach, I just saw one of the individuals at the scorer's table motion their hands in a clockwise motion. Potential here to have the running clock going for the rest of the half. We'll have to wait and see if that's what the case is.
Vent can't get the first one, but rebound. It's grabbed by Ripka, and that's Hollidaysburg. Get this, that's Hollidaysburg that's called for a foul. That was on Lear. Just
their third team foul of the half, and worth noting also the clock has continued to run now through the stoppages for the rest of this first half.
Yeah, the PIAA rules, mercy rules. We'll see, though, if, you know, Bellefonte can put some points on the board and erase that running clock, but Lear not giving any room for them to do anything. Rossman, near wing, near corner, fight for the ball. Cotter, top of the key. Miller with the quick hands once again. It's going to be back-to-back foul calls now on Hollidaysburg. And some substitutions coming in. Abigail Steiner, Lauren Stevenson, and Ashton Stitt. Stitt checking in for the second time. Bellefonte's able to get it in to Cotter. Top of the key, guarded tightly by Stevenson. Makes her way to the elbow, tried to feed it down low. Pass somehow ended up in the hands of Neff. Rebound. 3 ball, too much on that one by Cotter. And Hollidaysburg on the other way. 3 ball, Stitt lines it up off the back of the rim. Rebound by Ripka. She's going to be called for the travel. Or excuse me, that was Rados. Tough break there on that one. Stitt tries to go baseline. Kicks it out. Elbow shot, no good. Rebound gained by Hollidaysburg. Here's Stitt from the near wing again. Beats it back out top. Around the horn goes Hollidaysburg. And it's going to be a foul call on Bellefonte. So the Golden Eagles will find themselves at the line once again. Way to keep the ball alive and, you know, force a foul, and they get 2 shots.
Certainly so. Keeping possessions around. That's just another one of these areas where this Hollidaysburg team has kept it going. They've kept the pressure on. Now you start to give those players like Lear, like Miller, some time to rest up on the bench, head into the locker room, and you start to give the rest of your roster some of that experience, some of these reps in here, and they're continuing to do the same thing. That just shows how committed this entire roster is to the system that's been put in place.
And that's back-to-back missed free throws there by Isabella Yone. That's 3 straight missed free throws there for the Golden Eagles. I believe that's their longest streak in this one. Still 39-5. Bit of a scoring drought for the moment. Tried to feed it inside. That was Whitman, but Cotter couldn't grab that pass and went off her out of bounds. Head coach Marcus Toomer. Oh, it's actually going to be a foul call on. I couldn't tell if that was. I couldn't tell who that was on, but nonetheless, at the free throw line is Hollidaysburg, and it's another miss there. That was Lauren Stevenson.
That foul could have been on Whitman. You see the Toomer over there on the sideline, giving her some words of encouragement, trying to help continue to instruct her there. Fate doesn't repeat itself, but another pesky rebound here from Hollidaysburg off the miss.
Yeah, that was Stevenson who got her own rebound, and here's Stevenson buries it from the near wing. Active on the glass. They always say follow your shot and good things happen, and it did right there. Hollidaysburg ends their minor scoring drought, 42-5, and Cotter quick to the rack, but she's going to get called for either a travel or stepped out of bounds. I couldn't see the referee's signal. Nonetheless, a turnover, and Stevenson bringing up the rock across the timeline for Golden Tigers. Out top, Stevenson. Stevenson swings it. Near corner, Stitt, trigger, off the back iron. But the rebound is gained for the moment by Hollidaysburg, but Cotter in transition, up, couldn't get the layup to go. Rebounds gained by Hollidaysburg, and Stevenson still keeping that pace. Near side, Stainer off the front of the rim. 3-ball off the mark. Gets her own rebound, though. Stitt gains possession, and there's a tie-up in the far corner for the moment. Now Stitt regains the ball. Swings it near side to Steiner. The bounce pass to Figured. Pump fake by Yon. Drives in. Didn't get the short range floater to go. Rebound. Snatched by Rados. It's another one for her. Far side. Far corner, Whitman. Dribbling up around the perimeter, but that's another steal. Steiner goes the other way. Layup way off the mark. Nice defense there in transition by Whitman. And it's going to be a foul call here on Hollidaysburg, and Bellefonte going to have a chance. Scoreless in this second quarter. 42-5 is the score. 15 ticks remaining. Crossover at the top of the key. Neff on Stevenson. Stevenson on Neff, excuse me. And that pass soars out of bounds. Bellefonte unable to do anything before the halftime buzzer that has officially sounded. 42-5 is your score, ladies and gentlemen, entering the locker room. Hollidaysburg on top of Bellefonte. It was all Golden Tigers in the first half.
Yeah, it certainly was. Came right out from the start in that press, Zach. Got to them right away. The 9 points in 45 seconds really set the tempo. But I think Hollidaysburg, the most impressive part, showing how they can beat their opponent in different ways. They laid off the press. They still played an aggressive brand on both sides of the ball, and really just continued to keep that momentum going throughout the first half.
Absolutely. They're a complete team. They're first in the Mountain Conference, the number 39 ranked team in PA, and the number 9 team in PA 5A division. Complete team, and as you said, they're as advertised as we saw in that first half in all capacities. But with that, we're going to step aside here for the halftime break. Don't go anywhere. We got an exciting second half set to be underway soon. We'll be right back here on CNET. All right, Brennan.
926033. Oh, okay. We have a winner and fair spin 4160. Thank you for joining.
And we're back at Bellefonte Area High School for the second half of the Raiders against the Hollidaysburg Golden Eagles. Hollidaysburg out to a sizzling hot start, but look at this. There's a steal for Bellefonte out of the locker room, but right back just like that. Hollidaysburg swipes it away from Maria Cotter. Miller quick to push the pace. Regroups, directing the offense. Cross court, back to Miller. A healthy three off the mark. Rebound. Snatched by Rossman. And Bellefonte with the stop to start the second half. Cotter bounce pass to Rossman. Elbow to right in there. That's another steal here by Sydney Lear, who coasts in and gets the layup to go. Sydney Lear picking up right where she left off in the first half with a steal and a conversion on the fast break. And we're right on cue. It's Sydney Lear once again. And it appears the only way to stop her is to foul.
Yeah, Zach, we don't have live stats afforded to us here, but if I had to guess, Sydney Lear's got to be close to a double-double in points and steals. I mean, she's been all over the place on both sides of the ball. It's 44-5. It has been all Hollidaysburg so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Point and steal double-double, definitely a possibility at this point for her. Miller drives into the lane, gets tied up, and that's going to be a jump ball. But Lear also has been active on the glass too, getting a couple of her misses. She's been big time here for Hollidaysburg in this one, and the thing is, she's not slowing down. Her foot is on that gas pedal, and we're seeing it here in the second half too, even with this lead. Right,
we saw Lear and Miller take a seat towards the end of that first half, sit out about the last 3.5 minutes, and we're wondering here how much we'd see them in the second half, but they're coming out, they're starting, and like we said, Hollidaysburg keeping their foot on the gas and continuing to try to put this one out of reach.
Also, though, the clock is continuing to run. Whitman loses the ball, but gets it back. Cotter near wing, feeds it inside to Rodas. The bounce pass, right idea to Whitman, but it was off her foot. She couldn't grab it. And Miller soaring in with a tough look. Couldn't get it to go, but the rebound put up and in by Allison Hadijic.
It's a bit of a wild look from Miller, but has the confidence that the team behind her, Hollidaysburg, has also been dominant on the glass in this one. Having those bodies, those reinforcements coming in, help you to crash the boards like this, get another layup.
Miller, another one who has to be close to a double-double with points and steals. She has just been active at the top of that perimeter, making things very difficult for the Bellefonte Raiders.
She almost had another one right there.
Cotter inbounds. Around the perimeter, and it's stolen once again by Sydney Lear in transition. Allison Hadijic, back-to-back buckets, and the lead is up to 45. 50-5. The Golden Tigers on top with 4:20 remaining here in the third period. Cotter near wing, guarded tightly, tried to feed it in to her teammate. And it's going to be a entire rotation substitution here by the Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers.
And a chance to get them some experience here, but how about that movement from Bellefonte right there? It doesn't pay off. It's only an inbounds play, but it's wanted to see more of in this second half. More movement inside, and right there, quick off the inbounds play, pays off right away.
There's Neff, tees up a mid-range jumper and sinks it for Bellefonte's first point since the first quarter. Shoemaker, far wing. Nice defense there by Neff, and she strips it away from Samantha Shoemaker, and there's two nice back-to-back plays by Neff, and fed inside. There's Neff patrolling the perimeter. Feeds it near side to Hamilton. The shot's off the mark. And the clock continues to run. We're at 3 minutes here in the third period. Score sits at 50-7. the Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers. It's been all them. Golden Tigers is Shoemaker, near wing, pump fakes, drives baseline, gets the layup to go. 52-7, 2:45 here in period, excuse me, quarter number 3. Here's Hamilton, top of the perimeter. Rossman to Neff. Neff with a head fake, goes cross court. Ball is off the hands of Hamilton, but that's saved by Rossman. Now here's Neff, thought about the shot, guarded tightly by Hollidaysburg. Rossman goes cross court, but shot wasn't good by Whitman. Whitman, nice effort there, and Bellefonte able to regain possession.
And hey, all things considered, Bellefonte fairly unlucky that some of these shots aren't dropping, but again, a lot of better looks than they were getting in half number 1, and you got to credit that to the ball movement. Definitely a change in the offensive game plan in the third quarter, and it's led to some better possessions.
Now here's a whole nother lineup substitution by Hollidaysburg. Inside, Aviles shot gonna go, and that's gonna be a foul called on Hollidaysburg. Inbound on the baseline. Emma Rossman gets it out to the top of the key. Neff, quick trigger, but that's off the back iron. Stitt pushing it the other way for the Golden Tigers. Stitt moving to her right. Had someone cutting but couldn't find her, but the ball is regained by the Golden Tigers. That's Caitlin Leonard. Caitlin Leonard, far wing. The shot by Figure, not gonna go. 52-7 here as we're under a minute in the third quarter. 50 ticks remaining on the clock. And I mean, boy, does the running clock make these quarters go incredibly fast here.
Blink and you miss it, Zach, but hey, quarter went by in a flash, but it's led to better things for Bellefonte. They've started to put together this offensive game plan here in the third quarter. It's helped them, and they've continued to remain resilient on the defensive end. But Hollidaysburg just showing how good of a state they're in right now as a program, that they can have these rotations continue to cycle through this quarter and be just as effective.
Neff, quick up the court, 10 seconds remaining. Inside pass, back out to Rossman, top of the key to Neff, to Hamilton. There's the baseline jump shot, too strong by Alexis Kapaka. Neff, Hail Mary at the end of the buzzer, just missed, too strong. Too much elbow grease for Emily Neff, the senior. Leader in points per game for Bellefonte with 8. Bellefonte has 7 here. At the end of the third quarter, it's 52-7 in this one. Once again, all Hollidaysburg. And things are looking grim here for the Bellefonte Raiders. We're going to send it to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with this final quarter of action here on CNET. And we're back here at Bellefonte Area High School in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania for the Bellefonte Raiders and the Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers. If you're just joining us, I'm Zach Donaldson alongside Andre Magaro. It's been a one-sided affair so far as the bucket is up and in by Shoemaker. That makes the score 54-7 here with 7:40 remaining in this fourth quarter. Hamilton, ball near wing. Pump fake, drives, too soft on that one. Had the feathery touch, but needed a little more for that bucket. Miller, the hop step, quick penetration. Nice defense there by Bellefonte. And Rossman's able to corral the rebound. Neff pushing the pace, quick to the drive, goes baseline. tried to go back around, but that's off her foot. Way to stick with it is Bellefonte, forcing that turnover. Miller across midcourt. Corner for Vent. Feeding it inside to Yon. Back out to Vent. Packed. Swatted by Rossman. But Vent gets it back and is able to find Contreras at the top of the key. Her three's not good, but a couple of rebounds for the Golden Tigers. Shoemaker kicks it back out to Miller. Crossover. Some nifty moves from Marin Miller. Finds her way to the rack. Gets the bucket. It's 56-7. Hollidaysburg on top still. 6:30 remaining here in this final frame of action. Rossman, far wing. Neff thought about the shot. Dribbles here near side. Hamilton, that's going to be a long two. Gets the roll. Sydney Hamilton with the first bucket for the Raiders in this quarter. That gives them 9. Can they get to double digits here? Miller once again amongst the trees gets that layup to go. She's been showing off her ball handling skills all night and finally driving to the rack and getting a couple buckets. Even when the game's out of reach, you know, her skills have been on display. Hamilton out to Neff, top of the key. Rossman feeds it inside off the hands of Kopaka, and that's going to be another steal for the Golden Tigers. Here's Miller, near wing. A crossover on Neff. Nice defense. She swings it. Somehow ends up in the hands of her teammate. That's Bellefonte. Now Yon has it. Far corner. Miller once again. Crossover between the legs. Rossman guarding her one-on-one. Miller trying to make something happen. Ball makes its way into the hands of Shoemaker. Too strong on that one. Rebound snatched by Hamilton. Neff making her way across the timeline for the Raiders. Feeds Hamilton near corner. At an open look, decide not to take it. Back to Neff, the 3-ball. Nothing but nylon for Emmeline Neff. 12-58 now. The score is the Raiders have officially eclipsed double digits here in a game that is, you know, it's out of reach at this point. I think we can both, you know, admit that. But it's the little things, the little moral victories in games like these. And you see her teammates were extremely excited for Hamilton when she made that short jumper on the near side, and then that 3-ball by Neff. Finally, she gets one to go.
No, certainly so, and it's something we talked about in the Open. These two programs are in different spots. You have a Hollidaysburg team that's ready to win now and ready to compete for titles, and Bellefonte team that's looking to get there. And you know, you have the mismatch here on the court today, but it's a Bellefonte team trying to get that confidence, trying to get that momentum, and even if it's late in a game like this, to get that will go a long way.
Definitely. It builds character, how you respond to games like these, and credit to head coach Marcus Toomer, you know, keeping his girls' heads in the game at least, you know, when the game's by far out of reach, you know. As long as you're giving it, you know, your best energy and effort, you know, that can go a long way, especially, you said, in the long run, creating a culture around a program. Here's Cotter. Cross court. Cotter, top of the key. And that's off the hands of the Raiders, Madison Ripka.
Tough ricochet in front of Ripka. Just quite wasn't able to corral it. But that ball movement's been better in the second half, too. They're working across the court a little bit more and presenting more problems. Just got to try to get that off-ball movement just a little bit more. But it certainly worked and certainly opened up the scoring for them a little bit here in half number 2.
Clear drive, pop shot, not going to go, too strong. And Cotter's going the other way. Lear trying to pay the passing lanes. Once again, just missed, but able to clean it up is Hadjic. Feeds ahead to Heem. Heem couldn't get it to go, but there she is again, Sydney Lear with another bucket, extending the Golden Tigers lead to 60-12 here. Just under 2 minutes to play. Bellefonte right now has matched their highest scoring quarter with 5. We'll see if they can take that here. Here's a shot just off the mark by Rados. And ball's gonna stay in possession with Bellefonte. Another full lineup substitution for the Golden Eagles, likely to finish out this game. 1:30 remaining here in the final frame of action. Bounce pass down low, kick out, the shot just too strong. And the rebound is taken away by Steiner. Across the timeline is Cordish, the sophomore. And here goes Cotter, soaring in, up, and the layup is good. Bellefonte with 14, it's 60-14, and that's officially a 7-point quarter for the Raiders. That's their highest in this game. 3 from the near corner, in and out by Cordish. And the ball is going to stay in possession of the Golden Tigers. Three ball from the far wing. Got it. That's Emerson Frazier, her first bucket of the game to likely cap off this one for the Golden Tigers. A big 3, but another 3 on this side from Ripka. Too strong, and 10 ticks remaining on this clock. And the Golden Tigers instructed to slow it down and let things run. As the buzzer sounds, your final score, 63-14. The Golden Tigers on top of the Raiders of Bellefonte. The game was all Golden Tigers, as we have been saying throughout this broadcast, but I'm impressed with the way that Bellefonte was able to close this one, putting together their highest scoring quarter and, really showing some energy and some heart on the bench.
Yeah, once again, for one last time, teams trying to find a little bit different treks. Hollidaysburg team ready to go win titles. Bellefonte team very much in the culture building stage, and you like the energy you saw, especially in that second half, on the court and off the court as well. Try to build that going forward for the Raiders.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it for us on CNET. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Zach Donaldson alongside Andre Magaro. This has been the Bellefonte High School girls basketball against the Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers. Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll see you next time. (62-14). It's official. The Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers defeat the Bellefonte Raiders 62-15. The game was all Hollidaysburg, but Andre, what did you see from Bellefonte, especially towards the end of the game there, where they put together a 7-point quarter? It was their highest of the game. What did you see from them that could be promising, moving forward after, a brutal loss like this?
Yeah, Zach, I saw a lot from both teams. On the court for Hollidaysburg, talked about it. Marin Miller, Sydney Lear, all the talent that they showed, both poking the ball away with steals, pesky defense, transition play the other way. Hollidaysburg's a real deal, and they have a deep season ahead of them. But you talk about Bellefonte a little bit more, the energy around the program. That's what they're trying to build right now. Obviously a tough one to take tonight, but they kept that energy and that intensity going all throughout the second half, and that's something you really like to see.
Yeah, definitely. Hollidaysburg as advertised, but saw some promising things for Bellefonte that they can definitely build off of going forward as they continue to build this program. But that's going to do it for us on CNET. I'm Zach Donaldson alongside my partner, Andre Magaro. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.